getting it all right. Okay, please, a round of applause as we welcome to this great program the Deputy Vice Chancellor Admin, the immediate partner to Vice Chancellor of this great institution, Adekunle Adeogun. We love this sir. We love this sir. We love this sir. And to his immediate left, and on his left is the very strong and vibrant Deputy Vice Chancellor of Academics, Professor Rotimi Etu. You're welcome, sir. And the sign of great things to come, we have the strong leaders who steer the affairs of the institutions in present a conference. It shows that we truly know what academics and research scholarship represent in the institutions. And on the immediate right-hand side of the Deputy Vice Chancellor Admin is the representative of the Commissioner of Education, Professor Abayomi Adebebo, ably represented by Mr. Akin Bisiri, the Director of Education, Private Schools from the Ministry of Science, Education and Technology. And to the immediate right of our dear representative of the Commissioner of Education is the President of Nigeria Association of Sports Science and Medicine, the President Professor I.O. Oladipo. Thank you, sir. We'll take care of this matter of leadership. And we have all the way from the United Kingdom, the keynote presenter for this great conference in person of Mr. Gabriel Oyinike, the founder of Big Nations. You're welcome. We love you. Okay, without much ado, we want to invite the president of the association,
Thank you and good morning to all members in this hall. I would like to appreciate all our dignitaries that are on the seat. I will prepare to start from the Honorable Commissioner of Education for Ogun State, Professor Arigabo, ably represented by Mr. Akin Bisiri. You are welcome, sir. Likewise, to the university management, our erudite scholar, our son of the soil. In University of Ibadan, we are all one with the same family. That's why I'm calling on my Deputy Vice Chancellor, Professor Adekunle Adeogun. You're welcome, sir. Likewise, to my Deputy Vice Chancellor, Academic, Professor Rotimi Etu. Thank you. Good morning. My mother in NASSM and Beachfire. She's the one representing every one of us in Africa. And that is why she's here with us today. Professor Grace Otiwa, good morning, ma'am, and you are welcome, ma'am. I have three great women behind me. The second mother is the one seated beside Professor Grace Otiwa. If I'm the president of NASSM today, some people brought me up. These are the women that prepared me for this life. Professor Aminat Kaida. You are welcome now. She came down right away from University of Maiduguri. During my master's program, she was in the PhD class then, and she will lock us inside the laboratory. And one of our late professors now, to make sure that we are good in clinical and laboratory work. Once again, I'm using this opportunity to say thank you, ma'am. God bless you. My godmother, that is my deputy president of this association. She based in University of Solarin, and she's the deputy president of NASSM. Professor Leah Dominic. Good morning, ma'am, and you're welcome, ma'am. It gives me great honor and privilege to welcome you all to this 2026 NASSM conference of our great association. We had a little break, but we are back in full shape. And that is why we are all here today in this hall to discuss the way forward in sports performance with the theme Integrative Performance and Health in Sports Science, Complementary Therapies, and Exercise for Wellness. And I believe that all participants, you will enjoy and have opportunity to disseminate our research findings that we have been done in areas of sports science and medicine. I sincerely acknowledge and appreciate the effort of all our former leaders of this association. Professor Dede handed over to me, and he's one of us in this university. I throw my salute and greetings to him. I believe he's with us in spirit. Likewise, I want to appreciate the effort of the university management. I'm talking about National Federal University of Education in Jagun, for the opportunity we have been given to host this conference for us. Please permit me to show that I did a little biased attitude into the venue of this conference. My starting in the area of sports originated from the roots of this university. I was admitted into Ogun State College of Education in the year 1980. The current Commissioner for Education happens to be my classmate. We are of the same set. I'm talking of Professor Aligabu. And he has no option than to say yes. He will support us on this conference. So I send my greetings to him through the representative. Thank you very much. Likewise, I still want to put it across that it is this College of Education that go into metamorphosis to this great university that we have today. It was our second year that the jagun was created. And we thank God that the institution has moved from glory to glory. So please, pardon me if I'm biased for the value of this first conference in my tenure. And thank you, the university management. To our great LOC, committee of this university, we really appreciate you. On behalf of the executive member and all members of this association, we are saying a big thank you to the LOC committee chairman by Professor Kaide Shenuga. We
very, very grateful for all those things they have put in place for the success of this conference. One of our erudite scholars is here, my former SPAN president that also worked tremendously for this success of the association. Please permit me to appreciate Professor Equimiroti. Thank you very much, sir. We are really grateful. Sorry for that little blank. We have been together even for ages. Thank you, sir, for being a real brother in time of need. On the premise of the continuity of this, our association, we have some people that have been leading us through. And I want to recognize my dear brother, Professor Tola Oduyale from Olabisi Onabanjo University. Thank you very much, sir, for being there for us. All my executive members in this hall, from the Deputy President, Professor Leah Dominic, the Secretary that has been serving us as the MC, Professor Boluwati.
Professor Victor Oguleye, and my Assistant Secretary is outside here, Dr. Taiwo Abdulsalam. Thank you very much for making this conference.
On the relationship between the conference theme of today and the dissemination of our research findings, we are going to have a look.
We're going to improve upon performance of our athletes. What are those things that we are going to integrate into it? How do we improve our health? These are being handled by sports science.
Complementary therapies that are possible, especially making use of exercise and wellness. And the team that you came with, please enjoy this conference and you are welcome to Nigeria. I want to commend all our students, most especially students from University of Lagos. I really acknowledge and appreciate your feasibility in NASSM conferences. This is not the first time you will come in team. We have seen the good mentees among you, and I believe your mentors will always put you through and lift you up at the right time. Likewise, our students of Solarin Federal University of Education that you also want to be good mentees for this association. There is no doubt that where there is unity, where there is progress, our country will be moved to greater heights. We might look scanty in this hall for this morning, but I believe by evening, a lot of our and is being in line in state presently. The church service will be followed, and then the internet. Immediately after that, others will join us here. And I pray that we will all live to our full age. Our further achievements in this conference today will belong to God. Once again, I welcome you all. Please enjoy your stay and enjoy the dissemination. Thank you and good morning.
Please, can we give another round of applause to the president of the NASSM? I want to say thank you to everyone who sacrificed in so many ways. It takes a lot to come for a conference, financially, mentally, emotionally, morally. In so many ways you have sacrificed. Pray the Lord will replenish you. I believe the president has really acknowledged all others leaders in our field, but I want to especially welcome the Professor Yobami Okundare from Olabisi Onabanjo University. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir, for being here. And all our scholars from University of Lagos, can you wave your hands to Jesus? Aha. Permit me to say with your hands to Jesus. As a pastor, you can do that once in a while. Just permit me with that. And all the wonderful students at University of Education. Can you wave your hands? Wave your hands. Let's know you. Good. Thank you for coming, for being here. I believe that we are still going to have a great time in this conference. I want to say that we should exercise patience with us. People are still coming on their way. However, we have to do what we need to do. Next on the marks by one and only that NASSM comes to TASFUED. We really love him. We appreciate him for his open heart. We're with him this morning, and he spoke wholeheartedly to us. We cannot take his kind gestures for granted. He's going to be representing the Vice Chancellor. Join me with gladness as I welcome Professor Olariwaju Ogun. We can do better. As our leader comes forward to take the opening remarks for 2026 NASSM conference. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you.
The Honorable Commissioner for Education, Professor Abayomi Adelaja Arigbabu, ably represented by Mr. Akim Bisiriyu, Director of Private School, Ministry of Education, Science and Technology. The Deputy Vice Chancellor, Academics, Professor Etu. Let me quickly make this remark. He wasn't aware that he'll be there, that he'll be here at this moment. I just checked on him in his office and I told him about the conference going on right now. Then he quickly volunteered to show up. I want to thank you, DVC Academics. the president of the association, Professor Oladipo. University of Ibadan trained me. He happens to be one of my lecturers there. Prof, permit me to say this today. There was a day during the seminar session, a lecturer in the department passed a comment to Ms. I know the role you played after. You met the man, then you let him understand that, oh, you have insulted my lecturer. Sincerely, but your single comments motivated him to continue with his program. I want to thank you. I want to thank you. I want to appreciate your humility. All the association executives, you are welcome. Professor, you are welcome. Professor, permit me if I don't pronounce the name well, Oya Dominic from University of Ilorin. From University of Maiduguri. Prof, you are welcome. Dr. Taiwo Abdulsalam, Social Secretary, and our own professor here, Professor Larry Ikpimoroti, Chairman Media. Well, I want to welcome everybody, all the participants. Dr. Okudari, I can see you. Professor Grace Otinwa, professor before professor. I doff my cap, ma. I want to welcome you all. Then let me use this forum to appreciate the keynote presenter, Mr. Gabriel Oyemike. Thanks for coming. You must have prepared very well. And I want to appeal to you people to be attentive. And don't let me forget the gentlemen of the press before they shut down the screen. So I recognize you. Well done. On behalf of the Vice Chancellor, Solarin, Federal University of Education, Professor Samuel Ekundayo Oladipo. He has been in Abuja since Monday. We would have loved to be here, but you know, the federal assignment at any moment. So he has been in Abuja since Monday. He asked me to send its good will to you people. I want to appeal to all participants. Please feel free. It's meant to interact, to make new friends, so that if there is anything you can benefit in their university, you will be able to. So on behalf of the Vice Chancellor, I welcome all of us. Professor Duyale, sorry, did I mention your name? I want you to Ogun State University. Thank you, sir. So once again, you are welcome to Solarin Federal University of Education, first University of Education in Nigeria, second in Africa, and 8th in the world. Thank you, and God bless.
You can do better for the Deputy Vice Chancellor, admin. First Federal University of Education. First in Nigeria, second in Africa, 8th globally. We can do better by celebrating that feat. It's not easy. It's not easy. It's not easy. It's not easy. I want to say thank you to all the leadership of this institution, those who are present, those who are all over the campus. We are saying a huge thank you for them for upholding the mandate of education, mandate of teaching future teachers and scholars globally. I know that the continue to excel. All next items on the program is the goodwill message. And the first goodwill message will be coming from the Honorable Commissioner of Education, who has also served as the Deputy Vice Chancellor Admin of this institution, if I'm not mistaken. And former Vice Chancellor, former Vice Chancellor. Thanks for correcting me. Former Vice Chancellor of this great institution, highly respected. I know that he's a professor of mathematics. On behalf of Professor Bayomi Arigbabo, Ms. Will message all the way from Minister of Education. Please, we can do better. It came before almost everybody here. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, Mr. MC. Anytime I'm in the midst of professors, I always feel maybe I should go back to school. But somebody told me that even if you go back to school, you are not in the university lecturing, you cannot be a professor. Is that with your professor? Thank you very much. You see, the commissioner will have he instructed me to come and represent him when he received a call from the top. Yes. Solarin Federal University of Education. My called me several times here. And one of the professors now called him that I've not, he has not seen me. He called me immediately. Mr. Bisiri, where are you now? You have not gone to my school. I said, I've been there since over 2 hours, almost 2 hours then. So you are very lucky to have that, the professor of mathematics at the ends of affair of education in Ogun State. Congratulations. The first university in Nigeria, the second in Africa, and the 8th in the world. I will come back for my PhD. This is the goodwill message from the Honorable Commissioner for Education, Science and Technology, Professor Abayomi Adilaja Rigbabu, F-Man, F-San. The Vice Chancellor in absentia. Oladipupo, Professor Oladipupo, the Deputy Vice Chancellor, Admin, Professor, the Deputy Vice Chancellor, Academy, Professor Rotimi Etu, the Professor Aminat, Professor Aminat Kadel from University of Maiduguri, you are welcome, man. The Professor Gideon, Mr. Gideon Is that, am I right? You are welcome from UK. Eh? From Gabriel, from UK. That means you have the interest of this association at heart. Please help me to give him a round of applause. Yes, somebody coming down from UK because of the program. And may Almighty God be with you, my dear brother. Yeah. Professor Grace Otinwa, how are you today, ma? The president of this association, the deputy president of the association, because we have a lot of professors here, please permit me, sirs. The participants, the executive of this great association, students present, greatest Nigeria students, gentlemen of the press, ladies and gentlemen. It is a great privilege to extend warm greetings and best wishes to all attendees of today's conference organized by the Nigeria Association of Sports Science and Medicine. The theme of today's conference is both apt and relevant health and human performance. As participants engage in fruitful discussions, presentations, and networking opportunities, I encourage everyone to embrace collaboration, innovation, and the shared goal of improving the quality of life through physical activity, scientific research, and holistic health intervention. Friends, be productive, inspiring, and impactful. I wish all delegates a rewarding experience and every success in their deliberations. Thank you for your rapt attention, and I wish you journey mercies.
Please, can we give one more round of applause to the Commissioner of Education? Still expecting you to join the academia to become professor. It's never too late. Nothing is impossible. Read the goodwill message from the President of Sports Psychology Association of Nigeria. in person of, oh, okay. The president of will be ably represented to present the goodwill of
the Honorable Commissioner for Education, Mr. Pesrio, our Vice Chancellor, Professor Samuel Ekundayo Ladipo, ably represented by Deputy Vice Chancellor Administration, who is also here in his own capacity as one of us and upholding other established protocols. I'm here to deliver the goodwill message from Sports Psychology Association of Nigeria, from the President, Adegbola Adegbeson. President, Sports Psychology Association of Nigeria, SPAN, to the 2026 Annual Conference of the Nigerian Association of Sports Science and Medicine, NASSM. It gives me immense pleasure on behalf of the Executive Council and the entire membership of Sports Psychology Association of Nigeria, SPAN, to extend warm felicitation and best wishes to the Nigerian Association of Sports Medicine and Sports Science and Medicine on the occasion of its 2026 annual conference hosted by Solarin Federal University of Education, Ijebu-Ode, Ogun State. I heartily congratulate the organizers for choosing the highly relevant and forward-looking theme, Integrative Performance and Health in Sports Science, Complementary Therapies and Exercise for Wellness. This theme reflects the growing recognition that optimum performance, health promotion, and overall well-being can best be achieved through interdisciplinary collaboration and evidence-based integrative approaches. In today's dynamic sporting and health environment, the synergy between sports science, medicine, psychology, exercise prescription, and complementary therapeutic interventions has become increasingly important. The conference theme underscores the need to embrace holistic strategies that enhance athletic performance, prevent injury, and improve quality of life across all segments of society. As sports psychologists, we appreciate the critical role psychological well-being plays in achieving peak performance and sustaining healthy lifestyle. The integration of psychological services with complementary therapies and exercise intervention offers tremendous opportunities for advancing athletes' development, community wellness, and national health outcomes. Unwavering commitment to advancing research, professional practice, and scientific innovation in sports science and medicine. I'm confident that this conference will provide a state exchange, professional networking, as participants gather to share knowledge and experiences. I encourage all delegates to take full advantage of the rich academic and professional opportunities that this conference presents. May the deliberations contribute significantly to the advancement of sports science, medicine, psychology, and wellness initiative in Nigeria and beyond. On behalf of SPAN, I wish the organizers, presenters, and participants a highly successful, productive, and memorable conference. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Another round of applause. Together. Dean of COSIT is here with us in person of Dr. Dio Adejoye. Dr. Dio Adejoye. Professor Adejoye. I'm so sorry. Okay, you are representing the Dean. Okay, you are welcome, man. Please, a round of applause to her. Thank you for coming. Dr. FF Amurawaye. Amurawaye. What a name. And it shows with the cap you're using. Amurawa circumference. Thank you so much. We really appreciate it. Thank you for coming. Okay. We're going to have a very wonderful presentation from our future scholars. We know you're going to do us proud in this field. We look forward to having you at this other side of also teaching the future generation as well. Let's please join me as we put our hands together for the students of the Department of Human Kinetics, I believe Health Education, as they come forward for their presentation. Can we have you now? The student presenters.
Everybody sing this song. You got the rhythm till the morning light. Alright, count, 3, 2, 1. Together we are strong. Come take my hand, we are just running to me. It's your feelings, we keep dancing tonight.
You are proud to be a physical educator. Please can you put your hands together once again? Proud to be a physical educator and health educator. Whatsoever is not moving. We should be proud of our profession. What they have just presented to us. It's an example of some of the curriculum that makes up who we are today. At any point in time, even all our leaders, our professor said, they still joining fitness exercises. Am I right? Okay, I will quickly bring up to the rostrum the goodwill message from the HPRSD that will be presented by Professor Grace Otinwa, our mother in the association. And after that, there will be group photograph.
I want to start this goodwill message by first acknowledging the presence of the Almighty God for the grace and the opportunity to be here today. I secondly align myself with the protocol that has been co-established by the NASSM president and the secretary, and International Council for Physical Education, Recreation, Sports, and Dance President, Professor E.O. Morakinyo, who is not here. And as the immediate past president, I want to congratulate the management of this university and to host NASSM conference. It is indeed a plus for you and for gaining further visibility. Thank you very much. Secondly, I want to appreciate our upcoming students. I'm so excited to see them perform aerobics dance here. We celebrate you. We appreciate you for your brilliant performance, and for the fitness instructor, you also recognized. Yes, I'll say it's part of my goodwill message. And to the management, I want to slightly observe that we only have female students in this university and in my department. You can see that it's a world of women, and I think I want to celebrate women in this meeting. I only saw more of female students here. I'm really proud. I'm excited. We are proud of this profession. The last message I want to share with us, since I was given just 2 minutes, is on the theme, and I want to extract the last portion of the conference theme, which says exercise for wellness. And I want to ask us, in the area of health, is Nigeria well? In the area of health, would we say that we are healthy citizens? You as a person, whether as a student of human kinetics and health education, management, as executive members, how much have we enjoyed in engaging in regular exercise? This conference, we will tap into the wealth of knowledge that will be shared through the various abstracts that are enclosed in the program booklet. And I pray that we all will rise and become healthy citizens. Happy deliberations to all of us.
Thank you so much, ma'am. That was very powerful. Please, let's put our hands together again for Professor Grace Otinwa. Very powerful presentation. 2 minutes to be precise. All to recognize and appreciate the effort of our leaders of these institutions for being with us. They have other things to attend to. So, without further ado, we'll quickly take the photograph session. We comprise the dignitaries at the top table. Please put a... He enters this auditorium. So the first group will be dignitaries at the top table. The DVC, DVC account should please wait. Of excellence to Commissioner of Education, and it will be presented by the DVC card. The DVC card. Yes, sir. You have to present this award, sir. Please can we put our hands together to our strong, vibrant, and stalwart DVC card. So many academics programs to attend to. Please do all this honor, sir.
Nigerian Association of Sports Science and Medicine, Award of Excellence, presented to my own organ, Professor Abayomi Adelaja Arigbabu, in recognition of his outstanding contribution to the development of education, science, and technology in Ogun State, dated today, June 18, 2026. Congratulations, sir.
Thank you so much, sir. I'm most grateful. Thank you so much, sir. Okay, yes, remarks.
On behalf of the Honorable Commissioner for Education, Science and Technology, Ogun State, Professor Abayomi Adelaja Arigbabu, F1 F-STAN, I sincerely appreciate the executive of Nigerian Association of Sports Science and Medicine in telling us that your association is one of the best associations in Nigeria. And the commissioner will work tirelessly to ensure that in any way, and God bless you.
Thank you so much, sir. Please, let's put our hands together once again for our amiable director for that wonderful remarks. Okay. Okay, the next on our agenda is the keynote presentation and of Fit Nation, Mr. Gabriel Oyemeke, as I read his citations. You can come here, sir. Okay. So, Mr. Gabriel Oyemeke, This is citation that he wants us to read. Every student that walks into a Nigerian university carries a body as well as a mind. We invest enormously in training the mind, and this conference is about why we must now invest equally in the body and what that investment looks like in practice. Awareness does not change nations. Infrastructure does. If we want a fitter Nigeria, we must build places where fitness becomes a way of life, beginning with our universities. And that is why Mr. Gabriel Oyemeke has taken it upon himself to carry the campaign for fitness revival all over Africa. And that's why he has come all the way from United Kingdom to establish the mountain, the mission, the good news of fitness as a prerequisite to the wellness of nation. In answering the question of our dear beloved Professor Grace Otinwa, that is Nigeria well, I believe that his keynote presentation will answer that question appropriately and precisely. Gabriel Oyemeke. Round of applause, please.
I'm going to start with a simple, uncomfortable question that I'm going to pose to everyone here. If a student walks into any of our campuses with that intention of wanting to maintain physical fitness, where do they go to? Student walks into our campuses wanting to maintain top physical fitness, where do they go to? I think to the overwhelming majority of Nigerian students, there's nowhere to go to. We go to our universities, there are no gyms, there are no structured program. There is no one that's going to direct that student and say, this is where you go to exercise or to maintain good fitness. That is the crisis that we face as a nation. That is the crisis our students, they face. I'm sure that every one of us, right, when we were in school, there was some kind of physical education. There was some kind of training, right? But we ask ourselves now that to our people that are coming in, where can they have this? Where can we have a structured program where they can go and exercise? And just like the citation says, that every student that walks into the Nigerian campus, they come into the school with the mind and the body. We invest enormously in building the mind. They get educated. They go through the school. We invest those campuses. Have we taken our time to ask ourselves the question, how is the body performing? Do we invest time in the body? Our schools, we have some world-class institutions in Nigeria, from federal to state and even to the private. We invest a lot in libraries. We invest a lot in laboratories and all that. We invest a lot in lecture halls. We even invest in clinics. But the question remains, where does the body, where is the investment for the body? The truth is that in our architecture of higher education, we haven't made provision for that. I'll give you this stunning statistics. The World Health Organization, ordinarily, they say that for an adult to maintain top fitness, you need about 150 minutes of exercise in a week, which translates to 30 minutes in a 5-day week. How many hours do we have in a week? We have 168 hours in a week. What the World Health Organization has asked us, they've not asked us for 10%. They've not asked for 5% of that time. What it has asked of is about 2.2% of your time to take care of your body, which carries your mind, which carries everything about you. It carries your has asked God. And I tell you, of all of us here, if I tell you to bring out your phones and we check 1,000 steps on the average, possibly no one. Even 5,000, possibly nobody has done it. Because we have so accustomed ourselves to living sedentary lives. We walk into our air-conditioned cars, our drivers, they pick us, they take us home. At the end of the day, you find out that you to walk to the lecture hall, that if you walk there and walk back, and at the end of the day, you probably won't have done up to 2,000 steps. It compounds. In a day, it doesn't make a difference. A week, it might not make a difference. But think about the causes. Think about the consequences 1 month, 2 months, right? 3 months, and it goes on. That is the truth. That is the reality of modern day. My name is Gabriel Oyemike. I'm the founder and CEO of Fit Nation Wellness Solutions. We have a mission to embed fitness centers in Nigerian universities. But before I go on, I would like to offer my acknowledgements to the very distinguished people out here. I'll first of all start with the representative of the Honorable Commissioner of Youth and Sports in Ogun State of Education. I apologize, I don't know your name, but I present myself and I acknowledge your presence. I would also like to acknowledge the presence of the very DVC administration. Acknowledge of NASSM, starting with Professor Oladele Oladipo. I acknowledge your presence. And to the very lovely Professor Grace Otinwa, I acknowledge your presence. And thank you for that presentation. It sounded like melodies to my ears. And also, to our professor from University of Maiduguri, I acknowledge your presence as well. I acknowledge the presence of our distinguished members out here, the professors, and hopefully he's going to be my moderator tomorrow. I acknowledge your presence as well. I acknowledge your presence, sir. And to everyone out here, you guys are all welcome to this. Now, what we have to ask ourselves is, we go to conferences. I'm sure that if I ask, like each and every one of us, how many conferences would have gone to? A lot of, like a lot of them. But the truth is, we ask ourselves that question: what changes from the time we leave those conferences to when we resume work on Monday? Is there a bridge that is going to inspiration that we've gained from those conferences that will lead to implementation on a Monday morning and for the rest of the time? The truth is, it's hardly ever so. This is not an indictment on any association. It's not an indictment on anybody. But the truth is that a lot of these conferences that we go to, that is how it normally ends. We get inspired. We get motivated. We say, yes, we are going to do something. We go there, we make a pledge and say, yes, we are going to do something. But at the end of the day, implementation, it rolls over to the next year. There's a circle. So there's another conference that comes next year. I think the problem is implementation. That has to look at it critically. We ask ourselves, what are the things that causes us not to implement? Why do we go to conferences and there is no change? Anyone that can answer, please. I'd love to hear from you. Okay, I'll go ahead and tell you. Number one, in each of these conferences, I think one of the key problems is that there is no owner to the policies or to the things that we come up with. Because there is no ownership of what we resolve, of the resolutions that we take, that's number one. Number two, there is no action plan that what will be So I think number two is that there is no action plan, that after the conference, what is going to be the next step of action. Number three is that at the end of the day, there is no will, because there is a difference between saying another part of it that involves the will, that will to execute, that will to implement. It's not there. And I think number four will be when people, or the motivation, as soon as they leave and that they are just, like enveloped in everyday living. The cares of the world, the talk about the 1H. Now, the 5 W's means, why do we need physical fitness centers in universities? We are going to ask that question and we're going to answer it. Second is, who needs it in the university? The third question is, what in a university? In a university. And the fifth question, the fifth W will be where. I think of those, you find out that about 3 of those questions have been answered. Number one, when do we need to have a fitness center in the universities? Now, we need it now. It's not a question, it does not involve a lot of deliberation. It's a simple question and it's got a simple answer. When do we need it? Now. Who needs it? Students, number one. Number two, the academic staff. They need a living laboratory. They need a research center. They need a place where they can get data that's going to validate a lot of the things that they will pass on. So that question has been answered. I think the other questions that we have to ask is, why do we need it? And I'll tell you why. The Nigerian students, right? It is estimated that about 15%, only about 15% of the Nigerian students actually meet the W exercise ratio. That only 15%. Now, let that sink in. That means about 85% of the people we are training tomorrow, they are unprepared in terms of, that is the starking truth. You go to other countries of the world, it's not the same. You go to the UK, it tells you that about 85 to 90% of them are physically fit. Because why? They have the infrastructure. You go to a place like South Africa, about 60 to 65% of them are. About 30 to 40% are. Kenya, the same thing. So you find out that a country like Nigeria that has been ascribed to be the giant of Africa, instead of, and that is something that needs to end. That is an anomaly that we have to address, and we need to say, why should this be so? We should be leading the conversation. We should be at the forefront of that. So in Nigerian, like the ecosystem of education in Nigeria, of higher education, you find out that universities, we have about 310 universities in Nigeria. Of that, we have about, then the other, about 142, they are federal and state universities. I can tell you, 250, nothing, no semblance of fitness. They've got no gym. They've got nothing, no infrastructure for the body. It's about the mind. There's nothing about fitness. Whilst the others that have a semblance of fitness, you find out that maybe the equipment are run down. Maybe the equipment, they are old. I went to one of the federal universities, University of Nigeria. I was in Enugu campus. When I got to the university with other of my friends, we wanted to use the gym. We wanted to be active. We looked around the university. There was nothing. And I think in the annals of universities in Nigeria, here in Nigeria, if we were to replicate what they have in the US, like an Ivy League university, UNN will be one of the Ivy League universities in Nigeria. UNN, MOAU, IFE, just. So we used to go to a gym facility that was opposite the school, owned by a hotel. There were times that we went to Nnamdi Azikiwe University, like on a Saturday, to go and work out. That was how we were able to meet our passion. That was what was with us for 4+ X years that I spent at the university. That shouldn't be so. I'll tell you what, I've got 3 kids. My first son is 14. He's in a grammar school in the UK. I went to their school. The way their gym was, I was just like, wow. They have a gym in a grammar school, in a secondary school, what we call secondary school. If you go to their universities are, you don't even want to, like, it's well equipped to world class. So when you look at these things, you now start comparing. Let's even bring it closer to home. You go to Ghana, it's a bit different. So it's now for us to now start asking ourselves, we should start that conversation. What is the body? What are we doing? And I can tell you this, right? There are evidences, lots of evidences that will back the issue of having a fitness center. Let's begin with the first, which is about student performance. There was a research that was conducted by Michigan State University, and they came up with that students that are physically active, that better than the ones that are not physically active, with no physical activity or with moderate physical activity. Then going down to University of Edinburgh, which happens to be one of the best universities in the world. University of Edinburgh, at their fitness center, that's called Pleasance Fitness Center. They conducted a study between trying to find out the correlation of student and degree classification they found out that people that get first class, if people that are physically fit, they have 10% chance of getting first class over people that are not physically fit. And that helps the school in terms of retention and in terms of academic performance. Even MRTUJ, okay, that's University of Johannesburg and Cape Town University, they also ran their own test. And they found out that people that are physically fit, number one, in terms of their mental health, anxiety, depression, or burnout that comes from their studies, they are better equipped to handle things like that. So we are talking about holistic well-being, right? If we are now even talking about, if we are talking about like the mental health, if we are talking about sleeping, having good night rest, they found out that people that are physically active, that they perform better, that they have better holistic well-being, and that they perform well. So I'm sure that a lot of us professors out here, like a lot of us academics, we would have done the studies. We would have, at one point in time, done things like that where we realize that, okay, these things are true. Question is that if we put it plainly, how are our students? Are they being educated in mind and in body? The truth is that no, they are not. If the answer is there. So, of us out here would agree that these are problems that they are waiting for solutions. We have the problems right now with the students in terms of their mental health, in terms of obesity. You find out that people that are even 25, you find out that they have heart diseases. Obesity is a common crisis. You find out that things like that, and I tell you, the good thing about university is that university is the beacon, is that place where this habit should start. When you see someone that is 20, right? If the person is physically fit or the person is not physically fit, that fitness or that inactivity, it does not stop in 4 years. We are talking about the effect 50 years later. That is going to be what he's going to carry. So building that ethic right from university, you find out that because that's when they start making lifelong decisions. That's when they are really crafted, that if they say, okay, this is what I want to pursue. You find out that them not having that, it goes on, it's a lifelong thing. That's why, I refer to what Professor does not, it's a lifelong thing. It goes with you. So if a 20-year-old person does not have that infrastructure, it's not, is not giving that provision, that, that place to actually perform, think about what they would be when they get older, when they are in their 40s, in their 50s, in their 60s. So that's why it is important, it is imperative for it to be one academic institution you go to outside the country, like in the Western world. It is a prerequisite, just like you have the libraries, just like you have the laboratories. Fitness is a prerequisite. So I pose these questions to a lot of us. We administrators, we academics, what are we going to do to make the difference? How can we be advocates of this very germane, positive thing? How can we take it back to the vice chancellors, to the governing councils? How can we go back with this message, equipped with this message, to let them know that this is something that we need? Not just only for the students, because it's a lifelong thing, and also because it's going to be something that will be of national interest. Because the truth is that Nigeria as a country, we want to have physically productive human beings. That's what the country needs. And this is where this is the, like the incubation hub. This is where it begins. And having that, having a, like a gym, a fitness center in the university, you think about it in the value chain of people, how does it benefit us? First of all, to NASSM, having a fitness gym is going to give NASSM a research ground, a place for them to conduct a lot of their studies. It's also going to give them that place where they can work with data, real life data, and they will be able to come up with things that will move the country forward. Then also, what about the postgraduate students and the undergraduates? Number one, apart from job placement, because they can come in there, they can do their job placement, they can do their IT, they can also do researches there, right? And they can also do a lot of things there. They can also get employment, like become personal trainers. And that's where also NASSM comes in, because what we are trying to do is that we want it to be that the people, that the members of NASSM, that they are given that opportunity, because we have teamed up with a UK fitness certification company that we will be able to get NASSM members that would undergo fitness certification. And with that certification, they'll be able to earn more. They'll be able to teach students that want to become PTs, like personal trainers, right? So that's something that every NASSM member that is interested, you can simply come to us and we will offer you that pathway so that one can make more income and can also monetize this thing. So please, at the end of this session, I would like us to go with this thing in mind, that we have not come here to only be inspired. We need to go and implement things. We need to go and take action. We need to go and make things happen. Very quickly, I would introduce you to Fit Nation. Fit Nation, just like I said, that's the company I represent. So we are here to basically embed fitness centers, world-class fitness centers in universities. We are not in competition with the university. We want to work in partnership with them. So that's why we've teamed up with NASSM. We want to work in partnership with them, and we want it to be that every Nigerian institution has a fitness center that is ready to address the body demands of their students. So I and my team, because we have other companies. We have a company called Kinetics Health and Fitness. Basically, Kinetics Health and Fitness has about 12 franchises with some of the world's largest gym equipment providers. So I've got my team over there. So just in case your university has a gym, that their gyms or that their equipment are not functioning well, we can also help you with that. We can also equip your gyms. We equip, we install, and we manage. So basically, as a team, we are here to work with NASSM to install a fitness ecosystem in the universities that would encourage NASSM members, encourage the school, be beneficial to the students, and even to non-academic staff and to the society in general, so that their needs of fitness can be addressed. I want it to be that asked at the beginning of my address, that came to you to ask that where can I exercise or where do I go to, that in a year or 2 years' time, the student will have a place to go and exercise. A NASSM fitness person will be there to help the student, and that student will also carry that into the society.
Together once again for Mr. Gabriel Oyemike. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for that presentation. I believe that we've taken a whole lot of information down that we're going to use, like rightly mentioned, implementation, not just having records on our hands, implementation that will lead to job creation, that will lead to a better Nigeria. But quickly, in order for us to manage and maximize our time, we bring up our lead presenter. Quickly have 20 minutes of presentation in order for us to cascade to the next thing quickly. Join me with a round of applause as I bring up to the rostrum Professor Aminat Kaida for our lead paper presentation. Round of applause. All the way from University of Maiduguri. Thank you, man. Inauni.
I hope they will project it. Can I say good morning or good afternoon? Are we in the morning or in the afternoon? Yes. Honestly, we are welcome to this conference. NASSM is always a different conference. You see, when you come for NASSM, you will go back as a different person because you will go back thinking about your health and all the things you will do to be able to maintain the health. Please, I want this presentation to be projected because there are some things we will have to look at and get the flow for the conversations. We have had a lot of fitness. We know how important it is to us. We know how important it is to everybody because the question we were asked, who needs the fitness? And we all got the answer. Okay, everybody needs fitness. Everybody needs fitness. My own presentation is, since it's a lead paper, I'm going to lay the foundation on which all the other papers to be presented will go into more details in telling us how we should go about the integrative business. So I'm going to brief as integration models for the development of a full-rounded athlete. We have heard what we want to hear on general fitness, but I want to specifically talk on athletes. Now, the first thing I ask is, when we talk of athletic performance, what are the indices of athletic performance? And I have them there. Apart from the physical, you need the mental, and you need the social. So my discussion is going to be around this. I will be looking at models that have been developed and how those models can help us to integrate our training in training. The athlete is an individual like you. He has social needs, has mental needs, has physical needs. Those of us age up to this level, I know those of you who are from Ibadan, you know that up to my PhD level, I was the captain for our hockey team. So I was participating up to the last level of my education in sports. Thank you. I just want us to think back a little. Please, try to have a picture of the way you have been trained in these sports. What emphasis all are on the physical attribute. How fast can you run? How strong are you? Okay? I don't think I have ever ever been trained on using certain psychological components of my development? How many of us have done it? How many of us have experienced it? Even today, how many of us here are coaches? Please put up your hand. If you are a coach, thank you. Now, when you have a team, what happens? The coach is all in all. You are all in all. You know, anything that happens, they say the coach has failed. But an athlete or a team is not an individual's responsibility. It is not an individual's responsibility. That is why the integrative approach comes into play. Can I have the second slide, please? So the integrated performance models, athletic training, a holistic, overall, and physical conditioning, and then in most cases, you need health specialists, physicians, physiotherapists, and all the people that are concerned with health. And every sport has injury. Let me tell you this. Those of us who have retired from sports, go around them and ask. Every one of us is living with an injury that has not been treated when you were very active. And that injury remains with you. You know, when I was telling people my worst injury is my back pain now, as a hockey player, most of the time now, if I bend, I can bend very, very difficult to bend. Why? Because I remember when I was very active, I had this problem. And the only thing I was given was Indoseed. Indoseed. And anytime that pain comes back, Indoseed. Hey, I have finished my active life now and the pain is still there. Because it has not been well treated when it was supposed to be done. Next slide. So we are looking at the social emotional model. There is a model developed that believes that in athletic training, you must incorporate these attributes. And it says athlete's performance is an outcome of an integrated complex system in action. So this model links an athlete's physiological and relationship competencies directly. Psychologists, this is over to you. Because psychology, apart from some of the psychological attributes, talks of your relationship between the coach, between the in which you participate, all put together should be part of the development of the athletes. If these things are missing, something will happen during the competition. Our athletes to Italy for rowing. Who is in the rowing federation here, please? Rowing federation. Okay. We took them to Italy for rowing competition. The moment we arrived, the day we arrived at the venue, when they saw the water using and their padding, hey, They run back to me. They say, Mommy, are these the people we are going to compete against? I said, yes. They say, hey, this one, oh. Mommy, this one, oh. I say, you are saying this. Already you are a failure. Because you are already afraid of even the environment. And, the people you are seeing with the type of equipment that they are going to use to compete against you. They say, we have never. Make your mind that I can use it, I can do it, I can compete. We have not been able to train them in those things. So they became completely wind down because to them, this is what they have never seen, and it is not going to be possible for them. So this, please, can we look at the model? Next slide. This is the model that we can see the cognitive leading to the task, the affective, the effective, everything, the physical capacity, all are geared towards the performance of the athlete. And these are attributes that must be incorporated into the training. For your training, this is the psychological model. Psychological model, we can see the inspiration. The inspiration of the athlete, soul stroke, the spirit, coming together with your focused mind, and then trust your body. Integrative, all of them must work together. The focused mind, in any training for athletic competition, able to work in all situations. Let them have the confidence about themselves. Let them have the commitment, and then they will come up with a type of a performance that even under whatever pressure, they will be able to cope. They will be able to move on. You see, the difference between a successful athlete and a failure sometimes depends on your mindset. Your mindset. How tough have you developed your mind? So, of training for the athletes will normally lead to a certain level of failure from the athletes. Next slide. Framework that merges clinical sports medicine with athletic conditioning. This is the health aspect now. This is the health aspect now of the model that we are looking at. Looking at this model, please can you make it a little bit so that people can read what is there? You can see the pyramid. Okay. Okay, integrative healthcare. Okay, just bring that integrative healthcare. Please, healthcare, integrative healthcare. Okay. Now, the integrating healthcare into the training means that this kind of framework, it merges the clinical sports medicine with athletic condition, then aligns medical risk management. Risk management. I say every sport and the management of this risk must be incorporated into the training. It must be integrated into your training. And then optimize athletic potential, but at the same time, mitigates injury. We think back, those of us who have actually been into sports competition, by today you must be living with one form of injury that has not been healed or the other. But if at the point of your training, all these things are integrated into your training. You will find that this risk will be mitigated. And this risk will not go so far as to cause you injury for the rest of your life. This model, this healthcare model, also has some other models under it that will really help us to break it down and see incorporated in the training. Can I have the next slide? Okay, this is the integrated mental health and performance model. We can see the athletes here. And from here we have the microsystem, the ecosystem, and the macro system. All leading to what? All leading to performance outcome of the athlete. The athlete is the center. And then everything you do, mental health is very, very important. And is very training, because I don't know, without sound mental health, how an athlete can actually, develop so much and become a performer that people can reckon with. You see, your mental health has a lot of things to go with it. So, next model, please. The integrated mental performance, the psychological well-being, directly influences athletes' output and competitive edge. And it is designed to optimize resilience. Resilience. What is resilience in sports? What is resilience in sports? You see, it's something that makes you move on. You see, a lot of us, a lot of our athletes, maybe we can say, honestly, I don't know if things have changed now. But before, when you train our athletes here, by the time you move them out to go and compete, I can remember one time, is it basketball or volleyball team, when they saw the arena where they are going to play, the way it is smooth and all, they have not seen it before. They have been training on a rough surface. Now they are going to compete. Hey, come and see this thing. How can we compete under this condition? So you see, if the athlete has been trained in this resilience, that would have not been a problem for them. And I know many of our athletes have not been able sometimes to do the best where they have been trained. And sometimes toughness has to do with, even if they don't meet one-on-one, you can play some sports for them. No matter how, self-confidence. But whoever bring it, I will play. I can stand this group. And then, next slide. So, as I said, the integrated health is broken down into some other models. So we have first seen the mental health model. Now, this model is developed by somebody called Assoiciation, which is the integrated mental health. And, this one is the Assoiciation model. So in this model, what you can see, the integration here, all this one that we are seeing as practitioners. They are the medical people, the physiotherapists, the physician, the exercise physiologists, the psychologists, all put together, and they communicate. They communicate. It is not as if I will do my... Whatever you find about the athletes psychologically that needs to be done, you communicate to the other people. You sit down and have a forum, have a communication. And this is one of the things that I know is lacking very much in almost all our training. This kind of cooperation does not happen. The medical doctor will tell you you don't know anything. And the exercise physiologist will tell you, I can assess the capacity of the athletes more than any one of you. And then that argument will not allow them to come together and talk to each other and fashion a way of helping this athlete. But you see this one here, there is nobody that is higher than the other. The highest person there is the athlete himself, because every is an input to the development of the athlete. And so, the athlete is the spring. All of you are just working. So can we move up? Okay. So this model is highlight collaborative approach to managing athletes and performance. And then it's a multidisciplinary team. Multidisciplinary team. Everybody with your specialization. But you are not higher than any other person there. Even the lead trainer, communicate with you and know what is the capacity, what is happening to these athletes, where do we go, how do we do it? That's the communication between them. And with this kind of communication, the athlete gets the best. Physically, psychologically, emotionally, mentally, is well balanced. Is well balanced. And so you put the athletes under any type of condition, the athlete will come up. Next slide. This is the Bannister model that looks at training load, fitness, then positive performance. You can see the plus there. Positive performance. Then training will lead to poor performance, minus. When you are fatigued, you are not performing better, but the performance is coming down. Now, how is this model relevant? From what we have, as all these people communicating together, they will be able to dictate when is this athlete fatigued. What is the cause of this fatigue? And with that communication, they can now redesign the training. They can now redesign the training because they know that if the athlete is over-fatigued, that over-fatigue will lead to drop in performance. And with that team that we have seen in the Aspanner model, that will just make it very easy for you. There's a way you can do some quantitative analysis to understand what is the performance of this athlete based on his... Next slide. Okay. Can lead into performance. And then in practical terms, these models involve continuous monitoring to track internal and external physiological loads. You see, it is not just going to training every day. Today you go and physical. This training must be quantified. This training, how intensive? When you quantify it, both the internal and the external physiological loads, like heart rate changes, lactate threshold, to ensure that fatigue index, but super compensation and not burnout. I think you are the people that deals mostly with this burnout thing. So we know when an athlete becomes burnout. But if there is a proper monitoring of the exercise intensity, burnout will not come. Rather, the intensity will just improve the athlete to become a better performer. Because you will know at what level we should reduce the intensity. How much should the athlete be exposed to? And that is why the integration is very important. Because the moment you realize there's a drop in an athlete's performance, the psychologist, the physiologist, the therapists, everybody will now sit down and say, what is happening with this athlete? Okay, how much is the intensity of the training? Okay, if the intensity is too much, it's leading him to burnout. The psychologist will now come in, and then you work together. Can we move? Okay. So I look at these few models because I see it as things that if we comprehend it well, we'll be able to incorporate it, integrate it. This is an integrated to see how we can incorporate them into our daily training. Athletes of in different sports require different attributes. We all know that. Whatever is the physical demand of an athlete, there is a psychological demand that goes with it. We can only talk of the physiological. Heart rate for optimal training, this should be that, this should be that. But the psychologists will come in with certain things that we will incorporate to make sure that we train the athletes for toughness, for resilience, for commitment, for everything that, psychology will talk about. And when we do this, what is the outcome? Optimal performance. In conclusion then, training and peak performance in sport is a shared responsibility. It is not a one-man job. It is not a one-man job. Don't blame the coach if your athletes fail, because his responsibility is to give them the physical strength. Train them for strength. Train them for the capacities that they can carry up certain activities. But there are so many other things that are left. And those other things that are left, that is what is missing. And please, we don't want this missing gap. But then, before I conclude, I want to ask, how can we make sure that at least if we cannot or to be integrated in our training, how do we go about it? It's not a question we will answer here. It's something that all of it. Because we know the truth that what we are doing for our athletes, that's why most of the time when I look at as hey, when we are shouting, we got medal here. It's not our training. Those athletes train somewhere else. It's not our own training, in-house training. And so we have to look at it very seriously. As much as we are interested in everybody's fitness, we should also be interested in our athletes' fitness and health. Let me see recommendation. So based on this, therefore, athletic training, be it for an individual, that word is wrong, is be it for an individual or team sport, should have specialists. And we must look for a way, even among ourselves. We have so many psychologists, we have so many physiologists. Okay? So, how do we incorporate the medical doctors into our training? Well, they will tell you, they will have a central place. Any competition, any festival you have, they will tell you there's a room there for doctors. The doctor with the team, right from their training. I know that most of our teams, even in the university, when we are going for NUGA, we have either a nurse, I don't know, our own is a nurse, attached to the whole team. A nurse attached to the whole contingent. Let me use contingent. So, the doctor or the nurse may not even know what is happening to the individual athletes at various points. So, the abstract, I've looked up the abstract, and I have seen where some papers will be addressing these issues in conducting a research on specific teams and seeing what is happening in each of the team. Thank you very much for giving me your attention. Thank you.
Thanks, gracias, for our lead presenter once again. Wow. Thank you so much, man. Shows that teaching is in your blood. And sports is in your blood as well, man. Thank you so much for your laudable contribution to the field of sports, field of physical education. Quickly take questions, just 3 questions, so that we can go to the announcement and then we can take Human Kinetics and Department of Health Education of Solarin. Kinetics, okay, to the Department of Human Kinetics. A round of applause once again. Department of Human Kinetics, TASFUED. Thank you so much for the feeding, for feeding the nations. So questions. We have 3 questions. Okay, you can come out, sir. 2 more. 2 more questions. Any other 2? Going, gone.
All right, thank you, sir. Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Ebenezer Oguntuashe from Afe Babalola University, Ado Ekiti. Please permit. My question, thank you, Mommy, for that presentation. Thank you very much. My question is, you've talked about earth. You talked about it as far as sport is concerned, how we can integrate it. And then you talk about physical activities. Now, my question is, in higher institutions, where we see staff not being able to participate in different exercises, and they claim to be very busy and all of that. And most importantly, they keep saying that even the work they do every, going up, going down, carrying files and all of that is part of exercise. Now, my question is, what is the difference? Unorganized exercise, like the ones they talked about. Someone walking from his house to the school, and maybe doing that every day, or someone walking from one class to another, someone from his office to the class, and like a clerk from one places to another. Now, what is the difference in doing that and when you organize an exercise? So, like a student was saying that, is there a difference when I don't have money to take a bike to class or to school and I decided to trek? Is that an exercise? Or exercise must be organized? It must be intentional. So, Mommy, I want you to enlighten us more concerning that. Thank you very much.
Very much. Although my presentation is not on general exercise, I was specific on sports, but this is a question that can be answered very easily. What is the difference between organized and unorganized exercise? I don't know what you mean by organized exercise, but what makes an exercise is what I will tell you. An exercise is performing an activity that will raise your heart rate, that will make a demand on your body above what the body is used to. If I'm used to just walking like this every day, I walk like this at leisure to my class and come back. I'm doing it every day. It's not an exercise, because that is not making any demand on my body. But when I change the mode and become brisk walking to my class today, brisk walking to my class tomorrow, and then as I get adjusted to this, I will increase the pace. Because there has to be an increase, there has to be a change from what you are doing today with what you will do tomorrow. If not, it is not, once the body gets used to it, you are doing it, yes, the body is still getting the benefit. But if you want to get more benefit, you have to increase it. So, it doesn't say you must come together as a group, or you must go to the gym. Those are the organized ones. You can go to the gym, you can do that, but you can do exercise on your own. You can decide every morning to walk 1 kilometer and come back from your house. You are an individual. It's an exercise. People can decide to be in group and do that same exercise. It's an exercise. So what makes an exercise is the intensity of the activity. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Ma? President wants to contribute.
Yes, because of our students that are around, we have what we call physical activity. Then we have physical exercise. The two are just very close. Physical activity is wider. It's wider. So if you said you are walking to the office, you are walking down home, even as our media section are here walking, as we are moving up and down, those ones are physical activity. You can garden. You can even mow the grass in your compound. You can arrange some things in your room. They are just physical activity. Now in academic environment, in our universities in Nigeria, we have our focus on exercise. But in Gambia, in Kenya, East Africa, they go for physical activity. So you will hear of Department of Physical Activity, not Department of Exercise or Medicine. I mean, sports science. No. They focus on physical activity, which is the general umbrella. But like the person that even asked the question, put it across. Once whatever you are making use in the body has a focus on a particular organ or system, and you are repeating that particular movement in the body repeatedly towards achieving something on an organ or system, then it's in form of exercise. But the general movement of the body is under physical activity. Thank you.
Please, round of applause for the president. Okay, President Dominic, quickly, man. The Vice President of NASSM from University of Ilorin.
Thank you very much. Just what I want to say is, what makes simple, just for the students' sake, when we say exercise, it is planned, it is purposeful, it is repetitive, and has a goal or objective. That's the difference between exercise and physical activity. Then what the other man said, every other thing you do under stress is a form of physical activity, but most of the time there is what we call inflammation because it is done under stress. But when you do it leisurely, you climb your steps leisurely, you enjoy and you are conscious of what you're doing, that it is that adding value, it means it is, let me say, eustress, positive stress. But when it is under stress, there is negative secretion of hormones that affect your system. So exercise is simply what? Purposeful, planned, repetitive, and has a goal, either for performance or health. Thank you very much.
And that Professor Tolodiale wants to add something, sir. I really want to hear your voice, sir. Yes.
I just wanted to put up a show because we've been sitting down and it's against the ideals of NASSM. If I have my way, I am an aerobicist. I will make you to dance and dance. Yes. But what I wanted to say, I think we should gravitate from physical exercise. That sounds to me very elementary. If we say physical fitness training, then the word training implies something different from ordinary. But when it comes to training, there is programming, there is progression, there is intensity, there is workload, and like Prof said, it has to be challenging. So that's just the thing. PFT, physical fitness training, as opposed to or the physical exercise, it sounds like so elementary. So did you say we should, can I lead? Yes.
Can we join this physical exercise session?
No, I don't have to. Okay, let's just limber up. Limbering up, limber. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then let's rise up. Let's plant a flex. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Excuse me. 1 to the left, 2 to the right, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now arms are akimbo. Your left foot ahead of the right foot. Watch the way I hold, not like this. Reverse. Long. 2. Push. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. Calm down now. 9.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
All right, now arms this way, legs together. Now don't spread fully on the floor. Stop. Now I want to switch it up a bit. Walk is stop. Stop is walk. Are you ready? When I say walk, you will stop. When I say stop, you would walk. Can we do this? Pay attention. When I say walk, you will stop. When I say stop, you would walk. Are you ready? Walk. Stop. Stop. Keep walking. Keep stopping. Keep stopping. Keep stopping. Walk. Stop. Walk. I want to add 2 more now. We'll go back. Walk is walk. Stop is stop. When I say clap, when I say your name out loud. Can we do this? Walk. Clap. Walk. Say your name. Clap. Walk. Stop. Let's switch it up a bit. Walk is stop. Stop, you walk. Say your name. Clap. Clap. Say your name. Can we do this? Walk is stop. Stop, you would walk. Say your name. Clap. Clap. Say your name. Have you gotten this? Nobody will make mistake. Are you sure? Clap. Okay, now you've gotten it. Stop. Clap. Stop. Say your name. Say your name. Say your name and stop. 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 Walk. Let me add 2 more now. We can do this. We have the mental capacity. We can do this. Walk is walk. We are reverting back. Stop is stop. Say your name. Say your name. Clap.
clap. When I say dance, dance any style. When I say jump, just off the ground a bit. So when I say dance, any style, either Fuji, either Afrobeat, anyone. When I say jump, just, you don't have to go so high. Just try to jump. Are you ready? Walk, dance, walk and dance. Without music, walk and dance. Clap, walk, dance and clap. Walk, dance and clap. Now walk, dance, clap, say your name. Walk, dance, clap, say your name. Walk, dance, clap, say your name, jump. Stop. This is the tricky part now, the final twist. Stop is walk. Walk, you stop. Say your name, clap, clap, say your name, dance, jump, jump, you dance. I've gotten it, right? I'll say it again. Walk, you stop, stop, you walk, say your name, clap, clap, say your name, dance, jump, jump, dance. Ready? Jump. Stop and jump. Stop and jump. Stop and jump. Say your name. Say your name. Clap. Clap. Stop, jump, clap, say your name, dance.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay. Let's cool down, let's cool down. Legs together.
So we'll go up, breathe in with your nose and out with your mouth. Breathe in and out. In. Hold your breath. Out. Deep breath. Last one. In. Hold your breath. Hold. And out. Thank you very much.
A round of applause to Dr. To our able lecturer from University of Lagos. A round of applause to him. And then to our professor, Professor Tola Oduyale from Olabisi Onabanjo University. Thank you so much, sir. Small gift for the students. What's the name of the lead paper presenter? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Any student, undergraduate student that will get that? Okay. What is the full meaning of ISPA? ISPA SD. What's the full meaning? Any student that want to try? ISPA SD. Any student? Any student? How many students have heard about ISPA SD? None. None. Okay, ISPA SD is the mother body of NAFA. As we have NAFA in Nigeria, ISPA SD is the International Council of Health, Physical, Recreation, Sports and Dance. Health, Physical, Education, Recreation, Sports and Dance. Yes, International Council of Health, Physical, Recreation, Education, Sport and Dance. I don't want to miss it. Physical, Recreation, Sport, Physical Education, Sport and Dance, yes. That's the international body. Everyone, students, lecturer, you're supposed to be part of it. Who can remember the name of the representative of the Commissioner of Education? You have a gift, though. What's the name of the representative of the Commissioner of Education? So no student will get the gift, and you've been here since. Okay. What? Sir? Students. Student, NASSM wish to give this gift to students, undergraduate students. Okay. Which of the students, or who among the students, wants to differentiate between physical activity and exercise? Undergraduate students. Okay. So, you want to try? Oh, yeah, come. Your name, your level. Hurry up, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up.
Good afternoon. My name is Anna. I'm in 200 level. Physical activities are the exercise are what we do every day with leisure, and exercise are planned are activities that are planned and organized for sports. For
I mean, that's don't go. Any other students that wants to? Okay, Amina gets a gift of. Oh yeah, come. Hurry up, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. Okay, who wants to get the name of the representative of each PSD in our midst? What's the name of the mommy that? The overgraduate student. Oh yeah, physical activity and exercise.
Exercise are set of planned activities which aim to improve the overall well-being and the wellness and the overall health and well-being. While physical activity are set of activities that we do during leisure time.
A round of applause for two of them. So each of you will get 2,000 naira gift. 2,000 naira gift. Thank you so much. So for the technical session, I believe that I don't think there's any conference in Nigeria where you have this physical movement in place. That's what makes NASSM special. That's what makes SPAN, SHEPAN, UNZIM, HPRSD, NAFA. That's what makes all our conferences special. Most especially, NASSM focuses on sports science and medicine, the science aspect of our profession. So basically, it's quite important. We come not just to sit down and listen, but also to participate. I remember in 2013 when we have NASSM at Royal Socratic Hospital in Aro, we even play football. We play sports. We did exercise all over the place. And many other NASSM conferences that we've gone to, there were participations all over the places. And so please make the point of duty that every of our conference, we are always there. And then also, President. Oh, the two students. Oh yeah, come. You have won yourself t-shirt. In addition to 2,000 naira for each of you, NASSM t-shirt, photograph. Photograph, please. Congratulations to Amina. Congratulations. 200 level, student of human kinetics. What's your name, brother? Abiola. Congratulations to you, Abiola. Congratulations. Please, special announcement before we break out. Our food is coming now. Please, let's remain seated while they bring our food. You can start bringing the food now. Please, special announcements. Tomorrow, we're going to be having wonderful sessions tomorrow. Please don't miss it. Workshop is part of the critical component of this conference. We're going to be having workshop, and we're going to be having roundtable discussion tomorrow. Closing ceremony is tomorrow, and also the annual general meeting of NASSM is tomorrow. And everything within 3 hours, we are done. Tomorrow's session will start for 8 a.m. We're starting the workshop for 8 a.m. Yes, we're still going to have it. Yes. Tomorrow's session is starting for 8 a.m. and we're going to be having our paper presentation this afternoon. That is going to be starting for 3 o'clock. We are 2:23 now, so we can have our food. By 3 o'clock, we are starting the technical session. The virtual presenter we're presenting at the front here, while at the back, we're going to have 2 sessions for the physical presenters. I want to say this, to God be the glory, great thing he has done. Right now, NASSM Journal is on Google Scholar and also on Crossref. NASSM is purely online. So for every paper we are presenting, we are careful of the quality, and it's getting better and better year in, year out. So please, let's make sure that we're part of the sessions. The technical session is not just for theoretical junks. It's for us to learn about new trends, current innovations, and researches in our field. So please make sure that even if you are undergraduate, postgraduate, make sure that you are part of it. Ask questions, be attentive. Within 4 hours, 3 hours max, we should be done with the technical session this afternoon. Can we have the food being served now? Please, let's remain seated as the food will be going around. Professor Dominic.